You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 453, recorded May 2023, posted June 2024. Heart, heart, heart!
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are playing Curse of Strahd. That's right, it's the Dog and Pony crew. They are in Barovia, Big Barovia, specifically in Castle Ravenloft, causing trouble for Strahd, a guy who, look, we've all made some mistakes in life, and his mistakes have taken the form of constant, continual murder for generations. We've all been... No, we have not. He's a bad, bad man. Allow me to introduce the people that are opposed to Strahd and all the darkness he represents. First up, it's Dan Morin. Dan Morin!
First up. Oh, man, I'm number one. I play Castan Onatar's Crucible, a Warforged cleric of the god Onatar who uses they, them pronouns. I use he, him pronouns, and we are all very excited to take this fight to Strahd.
Also joining us, it's Erica Ensign.
Hello, yes, Erica Ensign, she, her. I play Brildish, the Dwarven Paladin. Her pronouns are also she, her. Brildish has a sweet celestial pony. I mean, he's not actually all that sweet. Sweet in like a super cool sort of way, but not in a
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or not in an over-sweetened way either.
Yeah, Pony
like,
Cindelarent is not saccharine in any way, shape, or form. And his pronouns are he, him.
Also joining us, it's Micah Sargent.
Hi, Micah Sargent, he, him. I play Elevor Landman, half of Druid, whose pronouns are also he, him, and Samus, the saber-toothed tiger, she, her, and Danu, the fey mimic octopus, who cares not for your pronouns.
Also joining us, Jane Ritt.
'Tis I, Jane Ritt. I play Lena Dulina, the human rogue. We both use she, her pronouns.
And last, but certainly not least, Aline Sims. I don't know why I'm using people's names like their titles now, but I'm leaning into it.
Okay. I play, what am I? I am Imre Soliana, the Wood Elf Ranger. She is accompanied as ever by her Mastiff Androdite, and the three of us all use she, her pronouns.
The incomparable Erica Ensign has volunteered to provide us a recap of what happened last time on Dungeons & Dragons.
Yes, this recap is compliments of me from May 9th. So we'll see what a good job past me did or what a crappy job. Mm-hmm. We're going to vote afterwards. So
none of that will be reflected
Get
on
your ballots.
Current Erica. It's all going on past Erica.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the vampire spawn converged as we mopped up the last of the flying axes. Crucible paralyzed several of the vampire spawn and then turned some, so we wailed on vampires that mostly couldn't move. Aragal helped finish off the axes. Lena was annoyed by having to attack the flying axes instead of the vampire spawn. Imra had to get into close combat to use a magic weapon. Elevor did a crap ton of poison damage, while Samus did a lot of knocking down and mauling. Brildish remembered to cast magic weapon on her axe, and even Pony got into the action and stomped an axe out of existence. One vampire spawn, Renee, spelled with 2 E's, very important, got away, mostly because Crucible scared her so bad. Oliver, Draven, and Malachi weren't so lucky. There you go.
So, by my reckoning, you are out of combat because all of the vampires and halberds are either deceased or chased off in the case of Renee. You are standing on the huge spiral staircase that runs up the north tower of Barovia. Unlike the other kind of tighter, narrower staircase, this one has a huge open pit in the middle, and toward the top, probably only 10 or 15 feet above you, a throbbing red crystalline heart that's got to be a good 40, 50 feet across. Just real usual classic castle architecture.
I hate when they stage
stuff.
Places to sell these.
We were going
homes.
to pursue.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could pursue
Mm-hmm.
if you
yes,
so
that was our plan because we don't want her
last
getting away
in the chat log. Tony's last.
So
message
for next,
says,
pursue
Renee.
That's just a
a
suggestion
very
from a dungeon
interesting
master.
spelling of Renee.
Yeah,
You don't have
incorrectly
to-
spelled,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Well, you know,
I think we were concerned that she would be able to alert Strahd, and Strahd then may be able to either show up himself or send a whole swack of reinforcements from elsewhere in the castle. Whereas we just want to take her out so that we can figure out what we need to do to smash this crystalline heart without having something else come up at our backs or fly in through the roof or whatever.
all
Can
right.
we still see Renee?
No, Renee has fled up the spiral stairs. I will tell you just from where you are on the stairs, and you can kind of see this has done the traditional D&D map thing where like there's like cross sections of the tower. A little ways up the tower from where you are at kind of, you know, the I don't know, I was gonna say eye level of the heart, but the heart doesn't have eyes. But at least at
I
the
hope it
level of the
doesn't.
heart. Yeah, at the valve level of the heart. You can see there the stairs stop for a bit, and there's a wide open platform, including I think you could probably see that there's even, it looks like a passageway that leads out of the tower, possibly to other environs within Ravenloft, and then the spiral staircase continues. I'm going to say that you saw Renee continue all the way up the spiral staircase. So
Well, I mean, she only had a chance to get like her speed away.
yes, but she was climbing. I basically
The whole time.
vertically, also.
Straight up,
spider
yes.
spider climb, as vampires are wont to do. So, there is a
After the Lucky Charms.
Yeah,
And
I
by
think
that
we
I
all just
mean Renee.
Bolt
Mm,
at
mm.
top speed.
Yep.
So you'll
We
just
do
pursue?
a Scooby-Doo gang run.
Yeah.
All right.
So we go one direction and then we go the other direction and then we pass each other.
And you
Yep.
can't see our legs. There's just blurs
Mhm.
at the bottom.
Yeah, one of us actually sticks their head in from like a window that's above her, and there's no way that could have happened, but it did.
And then at one point, Renee like sticks her head out of a barrel and looks around
Yep.
and then
Mm-hmm.
it's
All
like
of
that.
those things. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
All right. So your tokens scamper past the crystalline heart and head further up the stairs to kind of a small chamber. You can see that it's kind of not illuminated by a giant crystalline heart. There's a chamber above the crystalline heart, where the stairs lead. It looks like Crucible. You have placed your token toward the
okay,
top
so
of
follow the
stairs.
Crucible.
Yeah, follow the Crucible if you
Follow
want.
the yellow brick crucible.
Follow, 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 follow.
Normally, I would be in the back, but I'm riding a pony who has faster speed
Mhm.
than the dwarf. So
Even on the
Uh,
stairs, which is impressive. It's not easy
Clatter,
for a
clatter,
horse
clatter.
to,
He's
to navigate
he's
those
celestial, but
stairs.
he's based on sort of like a mountain pony. So
Mm.
So the stairs up above that, you can still hear the kind of thumping and resonating of the heart below. Maybe a little flicker of the red light it gives off from the stairs behind you. But you have climbed these stairs into a dark and dreary room. There's lots of manacles attached to the walls, and in the middle of the room is a wood-framed bed fitted with leather restraints. At the
Oh.
foot of the bed rests a closed iron chest, its lid sculpted with an emblem. There's also a wooden ladder that leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling. That's indicated here on the map. And there's water kind of streaming in through the rotting trapdoor, suggesting to you that it is raining outside. There are no, despite this being, at the top of a very tall tower, there's no windows, nothing to let you look out. It's
Just
a-
making
Does
a
it-
note of the fact that it's raining
Well,
outside for
yeah.
reasons.
Crucible will gesture to the bed and say, Elevor, my friend, would you care to do the honors?
is there? Are
I
there
would
any
like to-
signs that Renee
Elvor
has gone
says,
past?
I have no interest in touching this. Bad things have happened here.
Fair. I just want to know, where did Renee go?
Yep.
Where did Renee go?
Can we check under the bed?
Is Renee in the chest?
Can we perceive? Let's
Yeah, that's
I don't know how to do
roll
that.
things.
17 to look around and find a vampire.
26 to look around and find traces of a
use that
vampire.
one.
We'll take
All
it.
right, Crucible, where are you looking?
Well, given that I don't see any evidence that Renee is currently in this room, I want to investigate near sort of the ladder and see if there's any indication that it looks like it's been recently used or the trapdoor's
Yeah.
been used.
So you're looking at the ladder. This room does seem like people have come and gone. There's not thick layers of dust on everything, but the ladder does not look like it is. It looks kind of sad, and the trap door is kind of like swollen and looks like it's like from water and exposure to the elements. It does not look like people are regularly using the trap door to
I
go up
immediately
and down.
turn to Imra and say, Imra, you know so much about undead creatures. Can you please see if you can figure out where it went? And I will point out that I think you get advantage on a survival check to track your favorite
your
enemy.
quarry
Let me
of favorite foe or
find-
whatever it is. Yeah.
favorite enemy.
favorite
and
enemy.
I double checked, and yes, tracking, as I have said multiple times and been told I was wrong,
Oh.
is survival. So
Have I told you you're wrong?
I'm not going to say who told me I was
Okay.
I'm
wrong.
not telling stories out of class here.
Not even about me. Okay.
I'm not telling stories in
Um,
class either.
Yes.
No
So I
stories.
have
No
advantage on
stories.
survival checks to track my favorite enemies, which are undead and beasts.
Mm,
Um,
Bees?
And Renee.
Tracking bees is
yes,
hard.
those
it
two.
is.
What are bees?
Yeah. Beasts.
We only have wasps.
Yes.
That's right.
No honey in Barovia.
No, just paper wasps.
All right. So survival check to see if I can find any trace of them with advantage. Okay. You've got to be kidding me.
With
I rolled
advantage.
2 3s
What?
for a
Mm.
total
That's
of
unfair.
5.
Imra, it can be challenging to track the undead. They don't breathe, they don't eat, and they don't have a heartbeat to sense. I'm gonna tell you, you get the sense that you may have stepped into some kind of vampire den here. There's a hearty smell of death and its close friend undeath in this place.
Hearty? I
suggesting-
mean, hearty smells like a soup, Tony. I
like
don't
a
think
chili Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a chili of undeath. It lingers
Pungent.
over this area.
Yeah. Campbell's Vampire Funk. Look for it in your.
Yum.
A filled
Oh.
chowder permeates
I
this
did have their
room.
first album.
Okay,
I
so
hate
I'm
all
gonna
of these words.
do one more androdite perception on shoot. Sight and smell. I rolled an 8 for her, so that's a 15 total
You know what? 15's pretty good. Androdite thinks there's something under the bed.
under the bed.
Mm.
Of course
the
there
bed.
is.
Okay. So I think she's probably indicating that in a way that Elivor can.
Did I scare this
Grok.
vampire so bad
Yeah.
they went to their room and hid under their bed?
They are the monsters under the bed.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we know
now-
there's
now I feel a
something
little
under
bad.
the bed. We don't know if it's Renee.
Yeah,
That's
there could
true.
be like 7 Piddlewicks under that bed. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Do you want to?
Oh,
Does
God,
everybody want to?
Piddlewick 3. Nobody
No,
wants
thank
that.
you.
Actually,
No.
somebody
Piddlewick
already
3 through
asked in the
7.
chat about this. Do we want to surround the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we light the bed on fire?
I mean, that would,
What if
property
there's
values.
another
option.
human teen hiding?
Oh no,
under the
you're
bed?
right. It could be a
True.
good
how many
person.
people are under this bed?
Well, I mean, maybe it's not Renee. Maybe it's somebody else who has been kept for food for all
Yeah.
of the vampires.
You could
Where's
stack,
the
just to be clear,
vampire?
that you could stack a lot of orphans under this bed.
Yeah. And the thing about human teens is they can be anywhere.
Anywhere. Have you
That's-
checked? If you accidentally
Just-
leave a hole in your wall, it will be.
I
filled with
remember this
orphans.
PSA from.
Yeah.
I was gonna say your kid is a baby right now, but just you wait.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
could be anywhere right now.
Question about previous episodes. I
Why?
Crucible cast bless on me. How long does that last?
I think
is
it's
it
only
over?
a minute. It should be.
Yeah.
It is-
Okay.
I'm
All right.
gonna say it has been less than a minute. Though
It has been less than a minute. Okay.
though we have dilly dallied, your characters have not, as you.
Okay. In that
promptly
case,
Feels
put
like
concentration
Renee
up to 1
the-
minute.
up
I
the-
haven't stopped
yeah.
concentrating if it's not inspired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crucible is much better at concentrating than any of us.
It's true.
That is their strength.
That'd be true.
All right. Are we surrounding this bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And then who's? I don't know if we ever determined who's stronger. Is it Crucible or Croldish to like float the bed? I think I'd rather have Crucible do it since I would have to get
Croldish.
over.
Croldish.
The pairing.
I feel like it's probably a low key like bet among the party. Like, okay, but like, sure, it might be Crucible, but if Broldish is really feeling it, like, who
Yeah.
knows what
That's
could
true.
happen?
But right now,
Mhm.
Brildish is on pony and probably would like to
Yeah.
say that.
Crucible
so.
will.
It's hard to flip move furniture when you're currently riding a steed.
Yep.
Crucible does carry. I mean, their weapon of choice is a longer spear style weapon, so that could be used to reach out and lever the bed,
Yeah.
like flip
Yeah.
the bed over.
Or just
Cool.
stab randomly under the bed.
Crucible is a person
Again,
of precision
could
and
be a good
uses
person
tools
there.
at hand.
Again,
Or
could
a
be
not
full of
bad
orphans.
That's
Yeah.
true.
All of the ones that, never mind. I was going to.
Barovia's full of orphans.
TPK game.
I would say
that
come
none
out
that
and we
a lot of
won't
people
hurt you,
have
but
heard.
I'm afraid
No.
that would be dishonest of
That
me.
would be, yeah.
Yep, just flip it.
Flip.
All right, you flip the bed. Beneath the bed,
Cockroaches
of course,
scuttle.
the vampire Renee. She hisses and lunges out.
And we all attack at the same time. 'Cause
We
this
all
is exactly
attack at
what
the
we're
same
ready
time.
for.
I mean, I think, you all had a lengthy discussion about who was going to flip the bed. I think no one is surprised,
Including Renee.
including Renee. So I'm just going to ask you really quickly to roll some initiative. Unfortunately, Renee has rolled a very low initiative. So
Oh, darn.
you're all, if you beat a 5, you're going before Renee.
Okay.
12.
I will note that some of your sidekicks are present here if you wish to give them a turn, such as Vasilka, etc. So you're all gonna get to attack. If you get higher than a 5 on initiative, you're
Mhm.
gonna attack Renee before Renee gets to do anything, and it's possible you will murder Renee before Renee gets a turn.
Renee's already dead. It's not murder.
Re-murdered. So-
We are quieting
was
Renee's
murdered.
restless spirit.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I don't even think it's a
gorgeous.
spirit thing. I don't think vampires have a spirit.
We are quieting Renee's restless body.
Restless corpse. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like a
sure.
ghost would be a restless spirit.
Can we just sort of
This
hold
is
a
just
finger
a-
up to the face? And shh, 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 shh. Will that be enough?
No,
Oh, okay.
very ornery.
I thought I'd try.
Is Argal 23? Is that the new initiative for Argal? Or
That
an old
is the
initiative?
old initiative and the new initiative.
Wow. Wow.
Consistency.
Jane, are you ready with an attack for Argal?
Yes. Let me just...
Micah Samus is next, and then Erica Broldish.
This is a full turn, right?
That is
Yeah.
a
Okay.
25.
25 will hit an unarmored vampire just minding its own business underneath a bed.
That is 18 damage.
That is unpleasant for Renee the vampire. Noted. Samus is ready to pounce
Samus
and-
lunges out, and I know a 20 is going to hit.
Yep.
That would do 8 damage, which Tony will then have.
That is true because the vampire is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. Did
Aragal
have...
Aragal's it also is not magical.
Okay. How much damage did we just do to Renee? 18, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give Renee 9 hit points back, and Renee gets snapped at by Samus for some 4 hit points of damage. Broldish, Elevor, get ready.
All right, I have rolled a something ridiculously high, and then a 13. Did a 13 hit? For,
13
this is my
will not hit Renee.
2 attacks. Okay, so the first of Brildish's 2 attacks hits and does 7 slashing magic damage because
Nice.
axe is still magical. And then Pony tries to attack and rolls, what is this? Plus 4. Pony gets a 22 to hit and does 7 hoof damage, which is not magical.
All right. Doing a little bit of hoof damage there.
Mhm.
Hoofing it.
Elevor, you are next. Crucible, get ready.
Alvor rushes forward and hits and does 13 acid damage.
All right. So acid damage is not halved. Vampires don't like acid damage. Crucible is next. Lena, get ready.
Crucible rolled a rather paltry 11, which I don't think hits.
It does not. So you swing. It's hard. You're still maybe holding a bed with one hand. Lena, Imra, get ready.
Lena was a 24 to hit
Woo.
and 22 radiant damage, including sneak
What?
attack.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Renee the vampire is bloodied badly. And of course, the gruesome thing of when you bloody a vampire, they're bleeding somebody else's blood that they stole.
It's like
Oh.
killing
Yeah.
a mosquito. Ew.
Yeah.
So then
Mhm.
her second attack is going to be 22 to hit. And then that's only 3 damage, but it is magical for
All
what
right.
it's worth.
And you deliver a horrible blow with your radiant sword, and then like a bad haircut.
Yeah.
That's a follow-up attack. All right, Renee is badly hurt, but still in the fight. Imra, it's possible you could take Renee out, but not guaranteed.
Okay. So I'm going to step forward, pulling out Brildish's magic axe that
It's really yours now.
Really starting to like a lot. I rolled a
Great.
22. I was just checking what damage this does. I rolled a 22, and that's 7 points of magical damage. But wait, there's a second
wait.
attack.
There's more.
That's a critical fail. So I got like overconfident, maybe a little distracted.
Was that an attack, or was it just a really elaborate follow-through of the first
Just
attack? Hard to
yeah,
say.
it was probably that. Yeah.
All right. Renee is still kicking, and she is angry. All she wanted to do was hide under this bed and wait until tomorrow when other less good adventures would come along. That
I'm
she
going to
would feed
use my
upon.
shield
not
to
Annie.
to impose disadvantage on her first attack.
Haha.
As long as there's somebody, almost everybody is within 5 feet
Yeah.
of me. Not quite, but
Does that work if she attacks you?
no.
Okay, guess what she's going to do?
Oh, boo.
That's actually better.
That's actually,
Yeah, it's actually better. Renee looks like she might attack Crucible. Broldish gets a shield in there, and Renee whirls around and lunges out at you, Broldish. 2 claw attacks, critical success, and a maths 24.
Okay, well, they both hit.
They both hit.
Dang.
This is the price of protecting your friends.
Both hit
I
me
guess.
too. So thanks
Yeah,
for
so-
that. I
Yeah.
guess.
So the one that is not a critical is going to do 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
The one that is a critical is going to do more than that, probably. Dice and dice.
I don't have any way to like lower damage, so that's fine.
Well, I didn't roll very high on my d4s. The second attack, the critical attack, does 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, Renee.
Oh, I need to
deals-
make a concentration check. Do I need to
Oh,
make
yeah.
2 separate concentration checks?
You
Yes.
do.
Because
You
it's 2
got hit
attacks?
twice.
Okay. Do I add something to that?
It's your constitution.
Oh, so +5. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good. You just need to beat a 10.
Okay, good, because I got a 10 on the first one.
That's what it takes.
And that's 17 on the die for the second one. So axe, still magic.
Yes.
All right. You all have withstood Renee's probably last dying act. It's simply a question of who will deliver the killing blow. Let's find out if it will be Argal.
So Lena is, watching this all happen as people just chop off bits of Renee and
Yep.
sees Argal about to take another swing with a non-magical weapon. And Argal has been with us for a while and is another child of Barovia. So before Argal can take his swing, she tosses him her second magic short sword.
You've been carrying around 2 magic swords while Argal has no magic
Correct.
swords.
Yes, this you understand perfectly.
Yep.
But at this point, the sting of him having been briefly caused by Strahd to attack them, and then caused by his family to attack them, and all of the various wrongs she has now forgiven. And she slow-mo tosses it to him. And he had better not mess this up.
Because then we'll disown him.
That is going to be a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit
no.
the Renee's
No,
of Renee's.
but he has a second attack.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Yep. So that is going to be 6 magic damage followed by 17 magic damage.
All right. And so our dear Aragal dispatches Renee from this world to whatever afterlife vampires go to. I don't know. Vampire theology is complicated and, a study of much academic debate. But the key thing here is Renee is no more, and you are out of combat, having dispatched the one vampire that ran away, possibly to recruit others. And so you have also reached, it seems like there's a roof above this, but essentially you've reached the peak of the North Tower of Castle Ravenloft. What would you like to do?
Should we
Kill the heart.
Yeah, Bruldish, why don't I give you some healing?
Yeah.
How about that?
I would appreciate that. Her claws are scratchy.
I will just mention, because I am a dungeon master, but also your friend, that I did mention in describing the room at the foot of the bed. I guess it's not
Chest.
at the foot of the bed anymore. Yeah, there's an iron chest.
By the way, you said that there's some sort of shape. It's shaped something.
There is an emblem.
What is the emblem?
The emblem is, give me a quick perception check. It's all kind of dirty, and I'm assuming you're kind of
Bruldish,
cleaning off
18
of
points of healing.
18 perception.
Wow, that gets me actually one more than I need, so thank you. It's like precision with a little extra twist. Yep.
The emblem is clearly the Strahd family seal, which I was trying to see in Roll20 if I have it handy somewhere, but it kind of depicts the profile of Castle Ravenloft in a stylized look. So this is seems like has some connection to Strahd.
Tony, I would like to
In
use
addition to
my
being-
scatological proficiency to give the air a sniff and see if I smell any mimic waste in the area.
Okay.
Thank you. I will roll for nature.
I am powerless to stop you.
I got a 19 nature for my scatological proficiency, where I would add plus 4 for that proficiency. So
Whatever it takes to move us
23.
on, you do not smell any mimic refuse here.
okay, excellent.
Mhm.
I don't think the chest is a mimic, everyone.
Somebody want to check for traps?
I can check for mechanical traps, but not magical traps. Could we check for magical traps first?
Can I check for, what would that be? Arcana?
Arcana.
That's not my strength. I don't know if anybody else is better than me.
Yeah. I have a
Minus
-1.
I rolled a 4. Everything looks great.
I guess.
Cool.
I mean, my Arcana is 6, so I guess I'll.
Why don't you do that then?
What?
What'd you make me do it for?
That's 14.
You do not detect anything magical about this iron chest with a Ravenloft emblem.
All right, so I am going to try and check for traps. Oh wait, I always forget that I get advantage.
It's so
Okay,
little.
that's a
Nice.
20 to check for traps.
All right, you're checking all around it. Though this chest seems sturdy and well locked and secured, it does not seem to be trapped in any
Okay.
way.
So Lena rolls up her sleeves,
Mm-hmm.
Love this.
blows on her
Bruldish
hands.
is so excited.
And then we're going to hit it with a sleight of hand.
Bruldish whispers to Pony, I just love to watch her work.
28.
All right, the other adventurers don't even see. It's like you just reached out and flipped the
I still
the
don't get
lid
it.
of the chest open. The lock never saw it coming. As you effortlessly flip open the lid of the chest, inside the kind of dull iron decor of the chest, sitting on kind of a muted, faded purple little plush pillow inside the chest is a bejeweled gold crown.
A
Oh, yeah.
bedazzled?
Bejeweled.
Why is this where you keep your
That's so
jeweled
weird.
crown?
Do you forget about it, maybe?
Ravenloft be weird, yo.
I do have I thought I had a spell for it. Yeah, I do have Identify, which I could cast on it if we
Mhm.
were concerned it was a man.
I think I have basically. Dan, did you choose to have Identify?
No, I think it came with my thing, but I also
Okay. I was gonna say I feel like I have never required a player to use Identify because I just think that's
it is
boring
also
that you can't.
It can be cast as a ritual, so if I have
Yeah.
like 10 minutes, I
Yeah.
can just cast it without a spell slot, anyways.
I don't want to spend
right.
10 minutes because my axe is still magical for
Crucible.
only an hour.
Do you want to roll something to identify this thing
Yeah.
that doesn't involve using the Identify spell? Because I think you should be able to just identify things you find in the world and not have to go home and do like
Right.
paperwork to find out what cool
Unfortunately,
stuff
my
you found
Arcana
was.
sucks, so like I wasn't getting like I could.
Can you roll higher than 10?
Brildish looks over at it.
I rolled a
and says,
16. Yay!
Yay!
All right.
Yay.
Looking this over, Crucible and Brildish, you ascertain that this is not a magic item. It is not magic in any way. It is simply a precious artifact of value, primarily monetarily. Depending on your proclivities, you could imagine melting it down or selling it to a jeweler back in the realms from which you came. Approximate street value, 2,500 gold pieces.
Oh,
What
we're
does the
taking
crown
Holy cow.
look like?
The description is simply bejeweled crown, but I imagine that this is a crown that probably somebody gave to Strahd in tribute back in his warlord days and has sat here just gathering dust in a tucked away vault at the top of this tower. Strange that it's not mixed in with all his other items.
I tell you,
unclear why it's been set aside, but it's not a spooky looking crown.
Okay,
It's just
that
a-
was
it's just
really
a-
my question. Like,
yeah,
is
it's
is
not
this like an
festooned
evil
with
crown?
skulls
I
or
just
bats.
Can't
or
wait till
anything like
Antiques
it's just
Roadshow comes
gold
through
and
to
it's gold
evaluate.
and a lot of encrusted.
Now this
jewels.
crown.
So,
Do you think it's worth
Let's
any?
take it.
Does somebody want to
Who's
wear
holding
it?
I'm just
it?
saying, when you sell it, you are under no legal obligation to mention that you like took it from a vampire.
Yeah.
It's free and clear.
This is just
Yeah.
like a crown a normal
Yeah,
king
does,
Yes.
would
it, does it have a
Yes.
provenance with it, or
It
we
does
need-
not have
okay.
the pink slip with it showing its its background.
Well, I get.
but we-
Let's hold on to it and sell it off. Or worst case scenario, I can
Yeah,
melt
it
it
has a-
down
it
and
has
turn
a-
it into something else.
All
It
right,
has
who's
a
writing
gift,
it down?
gift receipt from
I think
several hundred years ago.
Imra Soliana.
Okay.
Okay. Let me
Unless I
add it to
misunderstood.
my
Okay.
Yes.
Imra's
inventory.
I just
tracking
wanted
it.
to make sure somebody else wasn't going to like take it and wear it, so they
Mhm.
needed to have it on their character sheet. Brildish is not interested.
All right. So I think
Um,
you have explored what there is to find in this room. This is the dungeon master helping the players along. There is a very sad, wretched-looking ladder leading up to a soaking wet
No,
trapdoor,
let's get to heart.
No.
which you could go on the roof.
Heart.
Also-
I mean, we can go on the roof
Your
after.
choices are go to the roof and get cold and wet, or
McDonald's.
find Dan. There are
Tea.
magic hearts.
Tea.
You have magic
Tea.
hearts at home, or descend a level to the throbbing crystalline heart that you all casually walked past because you wanted to kill a vampire.
We didn't walk casually. We ran like the
Ran.
Scooby Gang.
Yeah, sorry, you Scooby Gang fast. Yes.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say that you all head back down.
Yep.
Yeah.
For that is what we
Again-
do.
For that is what you do.
Gotta go up to go down.
Yep. You're going down to go up. I will mention as you head back down to the level with the heart, the adventure book calls this the Heart of Sorrow. There's this large kind of I don't know, what do you call this architecturally? Landing on the stairs?
Yeah.
I think it's
yeah.
a vestibule.
It's not a vestibule. It's not that either. And there
It's a
is
staircase vestibule.
you can see to the south, there is a platform leading off of this landing where it looks like there's basically I believe it's an uncovered bridge that connects
Oh, that's
this
where is,
tower. You are basically toward the top of the north tower. It looks like this connects over to one of the other peaks. Let me just remind you of what
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah, we
walked
saw
over
that
that
in the
at
picture.
lower, didn't
Yeah.
we?
I don't think so. The challenging thing, you can, if you peeked down that way, you could see the high tower. But sorry, I'm just trying to find in one of my places. There's
Yeah, because there's like
like
the
a
multiple...
side by side view
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, there's another. I don't even know if it counts as a tower because there's kind of a smaller turret that the big tower spits out of. You'd think I'd know a little bit more words for castles, and yet here I am.
But yeah, so the tower, the skinnier tower that had Piddlewick 2 at the top of it,
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
shoots off from this, but doesn't have an opening.
Yeah, and I'm
Correct.
trying to think
Onto
if
it.
we saw any rooms that had a spiral staircase going up. Like if we went down that staircase, if we know where it would be. And I don't think
I don't think
so.
you do.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think we do. So let's kill this heart and then go down that spiral staircase.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the handout that shows the side-by-side view, but it sounds like possibly okay, here.
Yeah.
So you see you're
Mhm.
on that dramatic view, you're where the little bridge is that goes from tower to tower.
And
there.
we're on the pointy side, right?
I believe
No.
you're on
I
the
think we're
non-pointy
on the
side.
crenellated side, I think.
Wait, but
Crenellated.
Yeah.
Because
That-
we already went up the
So
taller
this-
tower. That
So
was the
do you
one that
see
we
this
went all the
crenellations
way
to
up.
the
stouter,
south?
the stouter
Yeah.
circle underneath the pointy one?
uh-huh.
That is where, if we walked across the bridge, we would be.
End up there.
Oh,
Which is
Although,
not what it looks like.
That's not
in the
what
picture.
it looks like there, but
It does not look like that there. I don't.
Okay.
I can't
artist
explain that.
rendering.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
castle is
Artistic
spooky.
license.
The artist has never actually been to the top of this tower. There's vampires there. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
So on that picture from the side, like the artistic picture, move that bridge down
Yeah.
a couple of
Mhm.
notches until it reaches the crenellated part on the right.
Got
And
it.
that's where it actually
I
is.
think it's because spooky castles are always taller than they are wide, but
Mm.
yeah. That is.
Here's
There
a
we
here's
go.
a
There we
visual
go.
that lines them up better.
Yep.
Ooh,
that-
Ravenloft
Oh, I
Heights.
see.
That's a nice
Yeah.
condominium complex.
Oh, do not
I
let your
would
parents
not buy
retire
there.
to Ravenloft Heights, please.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Our
could
prices
be
are
so
sanguine.
pretty. Look
Um,
Think of all the little condos you could have in there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, and actual ravens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about some windows, though? I feel like people
we call
need
our
windows.
unit crypts. It's just a fun thing we do.
We get some more.
I'm
we get
working
some
on
more.
I'm working on my new character. He is real estate cartoon vampire.
Yeah.
No, we just
I
get some
can't
more-
wait to make it into like mixed use, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we get some more spellcasters in. They use the stone shape,
Yeah.
and make a
Mm.
bunch of windows. And yeah,
That's true. We did add one door. So
it's true.
We
Yeah,
really are
we're
going
on
to
our
Sim
way.
City this. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
absolutely. Okay, so do
Just
we
to describe the bridge, a strong wind blows across the slender bridge of stone and masonry. Yeah, what are bridges else is made of? The bridge's old iron railings have rusted away years ago, leaving the bridge without handrails.
Of
That's
course.
right. Yeah, so you could cross from this tower over to the other one if you were so inclined. But I think that you're probably mainly focused on right now.
is the heart.
We are
Yeah,
inclined
you turn
Kill
from
the
looking at the
heart.
sad bridge
to destroy the heart.
Mhm.
the spooky
Ooh.
glowing heart behind you.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
How far away is the heart?
If you stood at the edge of the railing, it couldn't be more than 10 feet away.
That's still a lot of feet.
Well, sorry.
I think
So am I.
I think our ranged combatants might be.
Mhm.
I know, but I have this. My axe is magified, and now I can't do anything.
Can we-
If,
Well, you
question though,
Just the faster you
Erica,
hit it,
You can throw it once.
Shush.
the faster you hit it with cantrips, the faster it becomes dead.
Yeah. So the next question was, can we establish anything about what this is doing? I mean, we kind of vague ideas. Do we?
Somebody could do some Arcana checks on it.
Yeah,
I-
and also, you know,
21.
I really,
Heard it
I'm
the
not
most.
going about
I
it.
don't think Elevor is going to wait for this nonsense.
Well,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
worried that
I wanna know
I'm
what
worried
it
that the
is.
first attack, like if I see somebody that's about to attack, Brildish, you know, not that smart but wise, will say, whoa, just a second. We should determine if there's some way that we can really hurt this, because I suspect that the first thing that happens to it might alert and possibly bring even more reinforcements. So I think we should all just like wail on it at the same time. And if we can determine that there's any particular type of damage or any kind of weapons that will do even more damage, we could like lean
Yeah, I
on
want to
that.
know
So
whether I
you
need
are
to
saying
blow
that
us.
to Elevor?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
then he is
that's
listening
literally
to
what.
you.
Yeah.
okay, so question. Could someone magic my bow so that I could, so I don't have to be in close range to...
To be in close range. So yeah, I can. I mean, I can totally give your bow magic powers if you want.
Would you? Just because we don't know
I
if
could,
more
but I have very
vampires are
few
going to come
spells.
down.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah. So
Or up.
Lena got
Or
a
up.
21 Arcana to basically look for weak points
Mhm.
or anything else that like really sticks out about it.
I will tell you that you're looking at it. You know, the heart is this magic crystalline thing floating in the middle of the tower. It's 10 feet across. So if it was at the actual heart of something, that thing would be very big. And it does clearly have like a heartbeat to it, and it's giving off this eerie red light that's all creepy and odd. I'm just gonna tell you, it's an object, it's inanimate, it has an armor class, it has hit points.
Cool.
I think because you rolled Arcana, I think you just instinctively know, Lena, deep in your own heart, which is not crystalline or floating, that this thing is tied to Strahd. And I'm even going to tell you, because you rolled really well, you get the sense that basically when Strahd takes damage, that damage actually goes to the heart.
Makes sense.
First. So this
It's
is
like a
his
damage
like
sink.
part of. Yeah, this is like a protective defensive thing that protects him wherever he goes in Barovia.
Wow.
And though, Strahd is, without having a crystal heart tucked away at the top of a tower, a powerful vampire and magic user, but this only further enhances his kind of invulnerability and strength.
So,
And that, to take care of this before you face Strahd face to Fang would be tactically a very
couple
wise
notes.
choice.
One, I have magicked Imra's bow. It is a +1 bow now. Note that lasts for an hour. Broldish, relevant to you as well. Magic weapon lasts for an hour, but it's a concentration spell, which means Bless is no longer in effect on anybody who was getting that bonus.
I think we were probably at
Fair.
our minute anyway.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, as
Thank you.
a larger tactical note, I'm burning through some spell slots. So if we,
Okay.
yeah, just generally speaking, we
Yeah.
want to consider some of those things before we go into encounter with Strahd, right? Like we probably want to, if possible, see if we can rest if that is an option, because otherwise we're.
I would suggest, because I'm your friend and a Dungeon Master, that you might want to all
Rest
attack this
first.
heart
Mhm.
and then go somewhere else.
Yeah.
In which case-
because it's like you're kind of committing a crime that might draw a lot of his attention.
Yeah.
So far, I know it's been multiple sessions, but like you've only been in this tower probably 10 or 15 minutes. There were floating halberds floating around the heart. There were vampires that came to deal with you. There may be other things as well as the main man himself. If you do not want that to happen, you might want to have a plan before you smash the heart, but also maybe don't spend an hour workshopping where you're going to go next.
Yeah, I assume that we want to kill the heart and then hoof it across the rickety bridge.
That's the choice.
And if we find somewhere to rest, then we rest, but we should be prepared for the eventuality that Strahd's going to be really mad and actually track us down this time.
Or we could go down the spiral staircase that we're on into let's see, and like teleport using
Yeah.
the colored stones.
That's what I
I like that idea better than leaving through the door
I
that we
kind of
made,
agree. We
because
can
he
get-
might not know about the door, and we don't want him to know about that door. So if
So
we
we can
teleport
sneak back
away, we can come back.
You have also just, you now at this point, you spent a lot of time in Ravenloft. You know a lot of paths through Ravenloft. I don't think you've actually you've always entered the tower from about halfway up.
Uh-huh.
You've been to the tower twice from teleporting to the study. This tower does go down somewhere.
Yeah.
So like there's lots of stairs below you, people. You can use them. They're there for a reason. I mean, maybe.
I'm on
Yeah,
the
so-
teleport away side of things personally, because then we can get away to a place that's arguably more safe and do a full-on rest and come back.
Because that dictates how
fully
much.
ready.
If we're going to attack this thing, it dictates basically how big a spell I'm going to use on this thing if we can get out of here.
Well, but also remember last time we had to get across the drawbridge. Like the castle is fortified.
Yeah.
I don't really think we should leave the castle again and plan on coming back.
So you
Well,
want
if
to try to
that's the
find a
case,
place
then
to
we should
rest in here?
Then we should save our spells, because I don't think we can. I don't think we could rest for 8 hours here.
Well, but so
might be
the spell is
Mm-hmm.
the heart is an object. I don't know that we need to burn a ton of spell slots on the heart.
That's fair. That's fair. I've
We
only
could just
got
have our
That's true.
archer.
I've only got 2 third level slots, 2 fourth level slots, and a 5th level slot. I have some first level slots too, but that's not going to do as much damage. So I've used
So
maybe
my
half
my
spell slots, I
instinct is
guess.
that if we try and leave the castle and then come back to the castle again, it will, Strahd will know and will be fully prepared, especially now that we've destroyed what I assume is his phylactery, or whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah, for hearts.
Yeah, for hearts.
I'm game for whatever, but it would be good to have a strategic plan, because otherwise we are on our
we still need to go somewhere
away.
else.
Yeah, we need to go somewhere else. I agree.
Yeah.
Is there, of all the places we've been in the castle, is there any place that we consider semi-safe? I don't think there's any place safe. One of the
I think
secret
it's a matter of
passages or
losing
something?
him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, but what are we wanting to do other than attack him next after we take out this heart?
Rest.
I think some
basically. That
people
was the
want to take a
question.
long rest before they.
I just don't think.
Well, I'm
that's
saying
gonna happen.
if we do this and then he comes directly after us, we don't need to run. We're going to attack him next. We won't have time to get away and take a short rest, even if he's after us. So we should just
we could just decide to take him down now if we try.
If he comes after us, we're going. Otherwise, we would need to leave. That's
I guess the
only
question
other
is just
option we
whether
have.
there's a better place to have that fight.
I'm just gonna ask. I would be willing to give you some more information about the mechanics of the heart if people felt like making more.
Sure.
I mean, I haven't made one yet, so
I rolled a 1, Tony.
for it.
I know it all.
I rolled a
It's red.
6.
It's Crucible. It's red.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is it?
I got
Brother
a
just rolled a 6,
16.
so thinks it's vermilion.
We got a 16 from Imra.
Imra, you know something about that. There are a lot of magical constructs when you damage them. Do basically heal at certain times, either dawn or midnight or things like that. So there could be the challenge that if you smash this thing and then wait a real long time, it could reform.
Ay, Dios.
Yeah, so we need to do it all at once.
If
then
somebody
maybe
else
we
wants,
should
I could also.
leave
I'm also willing
now.
if somebody
Tony, I'm
sufficiently
gonna
investigates.
Can I
to
spend
tell
the
them-
11 minutes to actually use the identify spell and get all the properties?
Sure. Do you want to do that?
I think it's worth it. I
Let's
mean,
do it.
all right.
Yeah.
Crucible, you know that this thing has 50 hit points and armor class 15.
Okay.
So that's not too
I-
bad. We can probably take that
Are
out
we-
in about a round.
Oh, 50? That's it?
And
Are
that
we looking for
basically it
something-
regains all its hit points at dawn.
Yeah, that was what
okay.
I was afraid of.
Yeah.
What time is it currently? Do we know?
Dark.
Well, we came in.
There's only
at-
2 times a
well,
day.
I don't think
Dark
so.
and
Because we
dawn.
came in basically at dawn, and you said we've only been here for 15 minutes, so I don't think it's dark.
You went up and down a bunch, but you're right. It is a gloomy, rainy day in
Right.
in Barovia. So
Now,
So
is there
I have-
anything else we are looking for before the showdown? Did
You
we
have
find
mentioned-
whatever? Did we find Piddlewick's?
you didn't find Piddlewick's
Grave?
MacGuffin, no.
No, but that's
No, but
Okay.
but we think that's in the
Crypts.
Crypt.
So
and also
I have
metagaming. It sounded like maybe it wasn't worth all that much.
It's probably money as opposed to.
I didn't think it was.
You
I
can always
have
find it
a-
after the fact.
I have a sort of ridiculous suggestion. If we
Allow
still
it?
have stone shape, could we walk across the bridge and make a door into the really tall staircase, which we know is like a long way from base level and a long way up yet, and rest on the stairs?
I mean, that it presupposes the fact that Strahd has to walk everywhere in his castle, which we don't know is true. Also,
can turn into
probably
a-
can
We
do
could
it
do
back,
that, but
right? So
the heart would be back when we were done, so we would have to do that first,
Yes.
and then.
again, depends what
attack
time
the
it is. But yes,
Oh, that's true. If we rest for
if it's
8
like
hours
2:00 in the
now,
afternoon, you're fine.
It's true.
I'm gonna roll nature to look out that door
Okay.
to try and figure out
Tony
what
must
time
figure
it
out
is.
what time it is what this
That's
comes
an
down to.
18
Should have kept track.
time check.
Yeah, I'm totally doing math in my head and not rolling a d12. Yeah.
I mean, we
it's
haven't been here that long.
it's early afternoon. It is far more
Wow.
than it's more than 12 hours to dawn. How's that?
Great.
So
Except
you
that
could.
I don't want to rest 8 hours and
I'm
then
a little
be-
unclear if you want to rest
attacking
and then
at
smash
night.
a heart, or smash a heart and then rest and then.
I think we're
run around
also
in the castle
unclear
at
on
night.
that, Tony.
I would
unfortunately.
encourage you to, I don't know.
I guess okay. So I guess my feeling is if we are really going to be taking on Strahd directly after that, there may be some different choices I would make for spells. I mean, I can get by with what I got, but
I think
debatable.
it's very possible that we attack the heart and Strahd shows up.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
feel like
Well, that's
story.
fine. I won't be going in
Wait.
full power, but
Wasn't the whole thing that we got those cards in the beginning because Strahd, we have to meet Strahd in a very specific place. That's where Strahd is. So I
But
don't
we don't
think
necessarily have to. Like
Well-
that's
Yeah.
where
Where he
we
is.
could find him if
It's a
we were
convenient
looking for
place
him.
to find him.
Yeah, and theoretically, if we didn't know what the heart did, we might be like, we're going to surprise him,
Yeah.
as opposed to doing.
I'm
So-
fine breaking the heart either way. I mean, we got to
Yeah.
do it. It's just a question of whether or not we want to try to take a rest before or after.
Oh yeah, no.
Story wise, it would feel weird for us to go to bed right now.
It would.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I
Also,
can sleep,
then
I
it
can
would be
sleep
dark
anywhere.
very soon after we woke up.
All right. Well, that's fine. I will be maybe a little less useful if Strahd pops up directly afterwards, but we'll make do.
Oh,
Mhm.
Dan, did Crucible come to Ravenloft to not kill Strahd? That was
Oh
an
no, I did.
interesting
But
choice.
Crucible is a very methodic, practical person. and
It's
likes to
also I would
marshal
say,
their resources.
Okay.
Crucible, as a cleric, it's possible if you destroyed the heart that you might be able to do some consecration to delay the reforming of the heart. How's that?
Oh,
Look at me helping
that's
you out,
interesting.
telling a story
Yeah.
together.
So okay, where is our fallback location then? Is it going to be cross the bridge and head down? Is it going to be go down and teleport somewhere else in the castle?
There's a rainy roof up above you.
I don't think
The tiles are real slippery and the tower is very tall.
We don't know where the bridge and that staircase go.
Nope.
So
This is true.
That we could just be running into even more nonsense.
I would
that
say-
way. Whereas
okay.
at least we know what's down from here.
I would say here's my rationale for going to the teleporter. We can go there. We can hang out there even for a couple minutes, and if Strahd shows up, then we just teleport somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
like that.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
there's
That's a
always
good
a
idea.
chance that we teleport somewhere and Strahd is like waiting for us wherever we teleport. It'd be like, oh no.
All right.
Yeah, let's just wait
Okay,
in the
he
He
teleport
knows the
room, and if he
castle
doesn't
way
show up,
better
then-
than we do. So any place we're in the
I
castle.
don't know about that at this point, to be honest. But
He's
yes,
forgotten
okay.
more than we'll
Okay,
ever
so,
know.
so we're
Probably.
we're going to sink 50 HPs of damage into this heart and then run to the teleporter.
All right.
room.
Run
And then
like
go
the
like
Dickens.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll for that, or
And
do
we'll
we
all
just say
look
that that
around and-
happens?
I'm gonna
I
roll
think
some damage. I
mean-
mean, can
All
I
right,
assume
roll
I-
some damage.
Yeah.
Sacred Flame?
Go for it. I have nothing I can do, so
You can throw a rock.
except for cheer you on.
Sacred
are
Flame
there handy rocks
does
around?
13 damage radiant.
There's always rubble. There's always rubble in the castle.
Sure, I'll throw a rock.
I assume
no,
it automatically
Welch is not gonna throw
fails
a
a
rock.
dex-
You can
Dexterity saving throw.
take the help action to give one
Yes.
of us advantage.
Yeah.
Sure, I will do that. There, I point at the heart.
Just tell, the AC of the heart is 15. Tell me about damage.
Oh, whoops. I
I
didn't
8
assume-
do that
damage.
first.
I assume it automatically fails a dex
Yeah.
saving throw. Okay.
I assume so too.
Well, I'm not going to do what I was doing.
I got 8 damage from Lena.
8
Crucible
damage.
13 from
Uh,
Crucible.
And can it make me a
Oh.
DC 15 Constitution saving
It
throw?
fails. All right, we're at to 29 so far. Jane is moving fast.
Okay, I just did
Okay.
7 damage
I
on
did
it.
21.
well
21
okay,
damage?
Okay,
Dang.
okay. Everyone's like peppering the rock, peppering the heart with rocks, and then Imra like lines up a shot.
It was
and
two
goes
shots.
like
It was two shots.
Two shots in 2 ventricles, and they meet in the middle, and it explodes, centering shards of crystalline red glass raining down the
my shield.
tower below. Someone is gonna have to clean that up.
Lena spits.
It's that guy
Someone
that
will
we
have to
locked
clean
in
that
a,
up,
in a
too.
it's the
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
we locked in a cage.
And then do we take a second to try to dispel the magic for a little bit longer from
Crucible, do you
Yeah.
want to say some
Crucible.
words?
Consecration.
Yes, I will
Give me a
raise
religion
the
check.
holy symbol of
I will help.
Ravenkind and say, Onatar, I call upon your blessing to prevent this heart from reforging.
Mm.
Because
Ooh.
yeah, all right.
In
Religion
Hela's
check.
name.
Amen.
16
says
on
Elvor.
a religion check.
And so say we all. All right, it seems like you feel Onatar is blessing upon you, and you know everything everything just feels a little bit more forged in this Ravenloft fire.
Are we yoinking now?
Yep.
I would
Yep.
run.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Now
running
you
down
said
into
you
the
were going to
portal
go
room.
somewhere, and
We all run in
I don't
different
know-
directions.
Well, yeah. Also, you portaled to the study. That was a one-way transit. I'm not really sure where you're going.
Oh, that's right. We didn't come from the portal room, did we?
Well, you did via a one-way.
Yeah,
portal.
via the study.
Yeah.
I
But
think we
have
know.
gotten there.
I think we
You-
know how to get there, but I think it's a
Dude,
you gotta
but
go
dude-
down to go up situation.
We're either going down or across the bridge. Someone just pick it now.
Down.
Down.
Across
Down.
the bridge.
Oh no!
I don't want to go across the bridge.
Luna starts running across the bridge, and Imra just like grabs her by
Yeah.
like the hood.
Yeah, the way we know how to get there is down.
All right.
Okay,
Well-
down.
Take us to the
All right,
next map.
you head down. That takes you to the left is the level down, and I'm assuming you're going to keep going down
Down
because
one
that's your
more.
only
Yeah.
choice.
Down.
Let me
Down we
find
go.
the next map of the many cross sections of Ravenloft map. I'm looking at it now. You will look at it. Your tokens are not where they should be because they're wherever you left them. I have to pick up after everybody.
Oh, no,
here.
Ella-
It's very
Elevio.
rare, but I actually miss dungeoneering because right now somebody would be able
I
to
know.
roll and just tell us where to go.
I think it is the corner staircase in the study.
So I will just remind you, you arrive here what's the name of this? This is the Rooms of Weeping,
Weeping.
level 5
Oh,
of Castle
yes. Not to
Ravenloft.
be
The
larders
giant North Tower has several exits on this level. One leads to the east that just goes out across the kind of rainy, dreary, sad castle battlements. There's a similar one that goes north that'll lead you out to the curtain wall that surrounds the whole what do we call it? Courtyard
area.
Yeah, and there's also one that kind of loops around the exterior, and you also know there's a passageway in here that leads to that like decrepit hallway with the sad sad Zarevich family ancestors.
We should
Or
head
back to the
down.
lovely study.
We should head down towards his actual vault and then everybody hide and we'll trick him into thinking we hid inside the vault and then we'll get him to open it.
You think he comes and checks the vault every couple
I
hours?
think so. I think he's going to think that we got inside, so he's just going to open the door and then we can attack. You know,
We'll hear his password.
that's not a
and-
real plan.
Oh,
Please,
hacked.
please, nobody take
Okay.
that seriously.
Or maybe it was the back stairway through the sad Strahd family and then keep going down that stairs. I do remember that because there was the trap that like Pony leapt over, right?
Yeah.
Then-
You have
Mhm.
3 stairways off of this
Yeah.
horribly confusing
Does
level.
no
That's
one-
I think it was
because
the
it's like a
top corner.
Winchester murder
Yeah, I was gonna
mystery
say
house.
nobody has like Google Maps or whatever.
I mean,
I
yeah,
was
there's
just
no more
thinking, as a
dungeoneering.
ranger,
What would
shouldn't
we-
I?
Wait,
Yeah.
I know all about architecture.
Architecture.
Yeah.
Make a roll.
Tony, I like to use my useless trait of knowing what this building was built for.
You suspect that all of these stairs lead down. Let's see here. Where are you trying to get to? You want to get where?
The
Yeah, where are you trying to
teleporter
get?
room.
Explain
portal,
yourself.
The teleportation room.
Teleporter room.
It's definitely
And we've
down.
done it.
It's definitely down.
It's definitely down.
We have gotten
Um,
there from here.
So
You can't
I have
get
to
there
remember.
from here.
I
Take
will
that,
tell
Tony.
you there. So you know that Ravenloft has several various spiral staircases cutting up and down all
Too
of it.
many.
Too many, you could say. Now I have to figure out how to get to this place you want
Why
to
don't
get
we
to.
just rest in the terrible belfry?
You could rest in the terrible belfry. I'll also point out you found a terrible room with a vampire cleaning maid on the level below and 8 beds.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's one level below. That one of the stairways leads there.
We did rest in there at one point.
It looks
true, we did.
like
That's not a bad
that's
idea.
true.
We
We
could go there.
did.
I'm just looking at all the all of the infernal maps leading further and further.
Meanwhile, while we're all like hotly debating this, I think Aragal scoots out and gets the next volume in
Of
that
his
young
manga.
adult
Yes.
Yeah.
series.
Yeah. I think there are multiple paths that lead there. And you may encounter different things along the way, depending on what you want to do. I think all 3 stairways here lead down. So
I think the top left one is the one that we took that got us to the room with 8 beds.
I will
Yes.
confirm that for you.
All right, let's
Yes.
do that.
Yes.
All right. So I will take you to another map.
Bum, bada, bum.
Oh, great. This is great. How many maps can Tony load in one D&D session?
Maps.
Maps.
Yep.
All right. So your tokens are somewhere different, but from
we
some
come up
other
there.
previous adventure. But
Oh, that
you-
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
you,
It's his job to
you
clean up the
arrive-
broken.
yep. You
Mhm.
arrive on this. Do you see where I'm pinging on the
Yep.
map?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I just learned if you hold down shift and then ping, it actually moves everyone's maps to
What?
the area.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
Whoa.
Whoa.
So this is basically kind of like a back secret hallway. You know, there's a room with 8 beds. You killed a vampire there.
Is the vampire still there, or was it like dusted?
It's dusted.
Okay. So we don't have
You
to
know that
drag
there's some
a vampire
like,
corpse out.
In some ways, I
Yeah.
would feel better if the vampire corpse was still here. But
well,
that's just
Yeah.
Lena, though.
you know that this level, this is kind of just the second floor of Castle Ravenloft. You know that Strahd's kind of throne room is on the other side.
Mhm.
There's the weird room where you met his accountant, and there's a balcony that overlooks his.
Personally, I love that there's lots
chapel.
of people who are like, oh, we finished Curse of Strahd, had this epic fight with Strahd in the cathedral, in the crypts, in the vaults. Where'd you fight Strahd? In a room with 8 beds in it, way in the middle of nowhere. Like, most awkward place to have a final showdown
Uh-huh.
ever.
So many impromptu stakes, though. It's gonna
I
be
feel like
great.
we also like burned these beds. Like there were a lot of things on fire at one point.
That is consistent with your police record. You at least flipped them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think
we write them
canonically
first.
this bedroom might have been destroyed, but magically refreshed.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to hide here?
Yeah.
Or do you want to keep going
I
down?
think we can hide here.
Outside here.
Okay.
Give it a
All
try.
right.
And then we're just like listening.
Can
All right.
Lena use stealth to like re-hook up the cobwebs and stuff?
Sure. All right. So you want to take a long rest here and recharge your spells with the idea of now going and searching for Strahd in the middle of the night in the crypts of Ravenloft.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Crucible can take a 6-hour rest without being unconscious. So
Oh,
that's
so
all.
that'll be what, 8 p.m.? That's
No, that's prime
That's
time.
Still
baby.
nighttime.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
that's
I
where we
need-
go. 8 p.m. is like the time to. Everybody
Oh,
will be
yeah, I think I don't need as
watching.
many either.
Do I need 4? Do I need 4
Tuesday night?
hours?
I think, yeah, you're elf,
I think you only need
elfin,
4.
elven.
Yeah. Canonically, it does feel like our last fight should start at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Mm.
Yes, this is true.
Always get into trouble around then.
I mean, we have a
7
way
p.m.
to
Central.
create sunlight. So
We have,
I mean,
we have potentially
and it's
more
not
than
like-
one.
I don't think we ever heard anything that he's literally stronger at night. It's just that it's safer in the daytime because
Yeah.
there's sunshine somewhere, but there's not going to be sunshine pretty much
He's
anywhere
not
we
gonna-
fight.
yeah,
Anywhere in
he's
the
not.
castle,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's not
I
gonna-
think we either fight him now or we fight him at 8 p.m. There's no way we could just
I
sit
like-
in this room for like 18 hours.
I like the idea of 8 p.m. Give Crucible 6 hours, and then it gives us a chance to do like the promo reels for the
That's
pay-per-view
true.
things.
Yeah, I mean,
This Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern,
As
7
a
p.m.
dwarf, I
Central.
require a full 8 hours. But my spells are not as well. I mean, my spell slots actually can help me do radiant damage, so it might be useful to just if we're staying 6 hours to stay
Yeah.
2 more
Oh,
hours.
yeah, if we're saying 6 hours,
Yeah,
we stay
yeah,
8
yeah.
hours.
Well-
That's
We'll
Okay.
we'll just
Mhm.
we'll just stay 8 hours.
And so you do.
Yay!
And
Yay!
Hit the
wait,
button.
at the end of the 8 hours, if we're going after Strahd next, then we're going to take one more hour to enjoy a hero's feast.
Yes,
Oh,
we
you're
are.
not going into
Oh.
battle empty. Okay, good.
And when we do,
It's a brunch.
Yeah.
every person becomes immune to poison and being frightened. We make all wisdom saving throws with advantage, and our hit point maximum is increased by. Oh, that's the worst roll I could possibly get. 4.
Oh,
And we gain the same number of hit points. So yes, everybody's
yes.
hit point
And I
maximum
was
goes
going
up by
to-
4,
at the,
and we get 4 points.
And at the end, I was also going to cast Aid, which can also bolster 3 people's hit point maximums again.
And
Do these stack to our knowledge?
Yeah, if they just increase the hit point maximum, then your hit point maximum just goes up.
Goes up.
I mean, I'm burning a spell
and-
slot to do it, so
Everyone sees Lena kind of tapping around for loose bricks, which, she does. That's just Lena things, right?
Yeah, that's just Lena.
But she actually, when she finds one that's like loose enough to move, instead of taking out something that she found, she deposits within a parchment that she's been tracking with notes, a rough map of Ravenloft.
Nice.
And basically, if they are to fail, she wants to provide as much as she can for whoever comes
She
after
writes it.
us.
This is to
Cool.
Dina Ludina,
Yes.
my long lost sister.
Lena do Lena.
Which 3 people would like an additional 5 HP for the day?
I don't know what makes sense.
Oh, I forgot to say too. Did I say it lasts for 24 hours or not?
No, you didn't.
No,
No,
we'll
we've
take
got
it as read.
rules.
Yeah. I'm adding everything to my character sheet now, and I'm sort of processing. I don't think I need the. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. I will give. Let's see who makes the most sense. Who needs extra?
I
HP?
nominate Vasilica because if anything happens to Vasilica, we will never forgive ourselves.
It's true.
That's a
Want
good
me to
point.
give extra 5 points to our NPC?
Who will be fighting, I assume.
Because
I
she
assume so
actually
as
will
well.
be
All
fighting
right.
this time, yeah.
Okay. Duly noted.
How many? So I have 67 or 71 is my max currently post feast.
I'm
So-
61.
Mine's
So Lena
90s.
needs something, I think.
79. Broldish, you want an extra 5?
Maybe.
Someone's got to take it.
I mean, I'm very happy to tank. I just, if somebody else goes down while I'm tanking, that's not great either.
Yeah, but you have some limited healing, right?
Or I've got a lot of healing plus land hands.
Yeah.
So it's good to have
Yes,
HP
Yeah.
on
that's
you.
true.
So take an extra
All right.
5. Vasilica's got an extra 5. And then
Elevor, what's your
I'm-
HP?
My HP is 75.
what's yours,
Okay,
Lena?
Now it's 65.
Let's give another 5 to Lena because I want to keep
Yeah,
our damage
definitely.
dealer going
Yes.
as long as
Yeah.
possible.
And she's fueled by hate.
And now a little bit of
Delicious.
light.
Love.
Just a little
Yeah.
Just a scoosh.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to think if I got anything else that I should cast ahead of time. Any more buffs?
I'm just trying to connect all the infernal staircases in my mind
Rearrange
in
spell.
Oh,
Ravenloft that
Yeah.
connect to different
Good luck.
places.
Aragol's just standing in the corner waving his magic sword and making like swishing noises.
Whoosh, whoosh.
So
I think I almost understand the architecture of Ravenloft.
who has the lowest hit points now at this point?
I think it's
probably-
still Lena.
I think so.
Lena.
I'm 70.
Elevor reaches into his cloak and sort of reaches down into a pouch and then sort of frowns and then reaches down further into the pouch and he drags out and he blows on this bottle and sort of looks at it and goes,
If this
yes.
is another nostalgic toy, I can't cry anymore.
And he hands it over to you and he says, I forgot I have this potion of heroism.
Oh, are you sure that you want to give it to me?
I am, because I've seen what you can do with those swords, and I think it's important that you have this.
And heroic.
Yeah, and also you're a hero. So for an hour after drinking it, you gain 10 temporary hit points that last for that hour. You're also under effect of the Bless spell with no concentration required.
Dang.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
We better find
Yeah,
Strahd.
she's a good choice for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's not going to drink
Oh,
it yet.
sorry. Strahd has stepped
I'm
out
sorry,
for a
your
couple
vampi-
days.
Yeah.
Your vampire,
He's away
your
laced to
vampire is
Western
in another
Barovia.
castle.
No.
Where's he going? We got teleport stones.
Oh, that's true.
All right.
Yeah,
I
that's
also
true. You can go almost anywhere in Barovia right now.
I checked my character sheet and I have Oil of Sharpness, which is a thing that lasts for 1 hour, which can coat one slashing or piercing weapon or up to 5 pieces of slashing or piercing ammunition. It is magical and has a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Obviously, I will be using that for my axe.
Dang.
Now, Pearl, I just want to ask, a bunch of people have done stuff that lasts 24 hours.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, I'm not sure I want to necessarily do this right now.
Okay.
Like, maybe when we
Right.
get, like, to the...
We're putting it on our bandoliers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, it takes a minute
intense
to do this.
montage of people
Mhm.
polishing axes and strapping on
Yeah.
things and, whittling arrows and
Mhm.
everything and enjoying a hearty breakfast.
As
Emptying our
important.
bags to be like, do we have any magic items we forgot?
As the
Yeah.
final countdown plays in the background.
Yeah.
The most important meal.
All right.
Breakfast.
So you, I think at this point, are intent on confronting Strahd in the crypts. You know he is waiting there for you somewhere, or whether he knows he is waiting there or not. The question, I think, simply remains, the last thing I'd like to resolve today is you have not actually been to the crypts. You have been to the dungeons, which are on the
Yep.
same level as the
Awkward.
crypt. What is your path to the crypt?
We're going to bust down in the chapel. We're going to bust
Yep.
down
Mhm.
that the blocked up staircase and tromp in that way.
Okay, and I will tell you from where you are taking your long rest on the second floor. I'm always amazed when people remember anything about the wild architecture of Ravenloft. It is a short jaunt
Yeah.
over to the chapel, and you know that there is basically, it is the spiral stairs that lead up the high tower are bricked up, except for a tiny little gap that's as if for the convenience of someone who could turn into a bat or mist. It will be noisy. It will take you a while, but with a dwarf and some determination, you will unbrick that that hallway.
We
Let
might
me
also
just
have
check.
some spells to help too.
I
Yeah.
did just remove Stone Shape to slot something else in, but I know Elevor has it.
Elevor
too.
has it.
Oh, yeah, I prepared that during the rest.
Mhm.
Ooh.
All right. It's going to be loud, but you do it. And so you descend through the main tower stairs, a way that perhaps was not intended for you to arrive at the crypt, but that is how you will get there, whether Strahd likes it or not. Allow me to take you to the crypt map. And so you have descended to the crypts of Ravenloft, a place that very few people in Barovia choose to go to out of free will. But here you are in the catacombs. Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lies ancient catacombs with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. You can look out. I assume that you have some light source, in addition to some of you have the ability to see in the dark. And there are basically many square columns holding up the vaulted ceiling here, and each of these columns is a crypt. You can see text on some of the columns near you indicating who has presumably been interred here. On the back of the book, they tell you Castle Ravenloft, over 100 chambers. They really padded out with the crypts. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. Looking up, the ceiling appears dark black and shifting as you slowly realize that the ceiling above you is a seemingly infinite number of bats.
Ew.
This is the crypts. These are the catacombs of Ravenloft. Will you explore each crypt one by one? Will you search for the remains of Piddlewick? Will you disturb the bats by forgetting that they're there and casting thunder waves, and then I have to roll infinite dice as you are attacked by infinite bats? Or will you head straight toward your appointment with Strahd von Zarovich, Lord of Castle Ravenloft, who I believe is waiting somewhere near his brother's tomb? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
Incomparable Podcast Network. Become a member and support this show today. theincomparable.com/members